Well, that's interesting. We're going to try that again. Good morning, Albagra. Since we will be going back to Fortune's Keep, my kitty also says hi. For the first part of this video, I am going to be going over what has been officially released now as the Season 2 updates, as well as the Season 2 patch notes. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with this, so feel free to skip ahead if you already know. If you don't, welcome. Even if you do, welcome. Thanks for checking me out. So, this is for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, of course, Season 2, which released today, actually. And it looks like the first thing that they're really promoting, they're really pushing for, is the return of Fortune's Keep Resurgence. And that's this block right here, all of this. And they added a couple of new things. So, I read in the patch notes earlier. Hi, baby. My kitty is trying to say hi to all of you. They have extendable bridges now. And later on, I'm probably going to jump in, run a match or two, and see what exactly that's all about. There's a research vessel, which I believe is new. And they're bringing back, right here, the portable decontamination system, which I think is great. All of this looks new to me. The eradication contract, which seems to flow into the weekly zombie target, or maybe that's like what you have to go fight, go kill when you pick up this contract. There's a squad wipe streak. I don't know what that entails, but I'm sure we're going to find out. And a bunker buster kill streak. So, the research vessel and this kill streak are in season, unfortunately, as well as the portable decontamination system, or station rather, which means that we're not gonna get it for maybe like 4 to 6 weeks. I don't remember the timeline. We also are getting wonder weapons apparently, and that looks like a ray gun, which is glowing blue. And it looks like it might have a muzzle or something on the front. I can't. Oh, that is zoomed in. Let's see if I can get any further in. Okay, no, that's just the background. It's a ray gun. And I want to know how they're going to balance it, honestly. Is it going to be like super rare and like a 2-shot kill or something? Is it going to be as bad as it is in zombies? I guess I don't know. Stick around and find out. And it also does look like for Fortune's Keep, if I'm reading this right, there are going to be zombies, which I'm not too sure how that's going to go, especially since it looks like it's part of ranked, if I understand correctly. It looks like all of the Warzone ranked play is going to be Resurgence, and it does look like it's going to have zombies, as well as these cool little power-ups that I'm sure we'll find out more about. I couldn't even begin to tell you what that is. And we have Rogue Signal public event. So I'm sure we're going to be getting some sort of cosmetic for completing that at least once or something along those lines. And moving over to the actual base game of Modern Warfare 3, we have Stash House, which is a 6v6 map, and apparently it's one of the most hype parts of this update. I guess there were playtesters who tried it in like the test servers, and they loved it. So I'm looking forward to playing that. It looks like it's divided like evenly. It's half. It's a smaller map. It's divided in half. It looks like there's equal playing sides from like an overview that I saw. And then it looks like we're also getting a couple of these maps. We're getting Vista, which is 6v6, and Departure, which is also a 6v6. And that is pretty interesting. I believe these are all actual like new maps and no like retextures. These two down here, and maybe Airborne. I don't remember about Airborne. But these two down here are retextures, essentially. Das Haus and Skid Row. Skid Grow. Oh, so maybe that's like over. That's got to be overgrown with plant life. That's interesting. An airborne is probably a. It is definitely a like remaster. I can't quite make out what it is. Scroll. Yeah, I can't quite make out what it is, but it's going to be in season as well. All three of these are going to be in season. And when it comes out, I'll definitely let you know what it is. Or maybe it's in the patch notes. I'm not too sure yet. Down here for modes, team gun game, which is certainly interesting to say the least. That's pretty self-explanatory. I don't know if it's going to be a 6v6 or a 3v3, or maybe it could be something crazy like a 3v3v3v3. In season, we're going to get bounty, and I'm not sure that's going to work the same way as like the VIP escort one did, or if it's going to be like TDM and the person with the most kills is like has a bounty put on their head worth X amount of points. I'm not sure. And Horde Point is something we also will be checking out today. I'm very excited to see what exactly Horde Point is. I can't even imagine, but I'm sure it's going to be great. Snipers only, self explanatory, and Juggermosh LTM, which is in season. It's limited. I don't know how that's going to work. That just sounds like it's going to be super annoying to play. Like, imagine just putting like, I don't know, like 10, 15, 20 bullets into somebody to kill them. That just sounds kind of annoying. For Modern Warfare Z, all of this is in season. There is absolutely no new content that is coming with this release, which is super frustrating, super annoying. But we are allegedly, fingers crossed, going to be getting a new mission, a new Dark Aether Rift, which theoretically leads us to another place that probably isn't Albagra Fortress. Hopefully, it's somewhere else. It's definitely somewhere else based on the way the picture looks. Can't make out where. It might be somewhere in Vondel, actually. So I'll be excited to see that. New schematics, which this is for the Hell motorcycle. Can't recall the name, but that's what that's for. They say new schematics, like plural. I think we're also getting a new wonder weapon, I want to say. And then there's another new warlord that's going to be in season as well. Carries, carries, we'll call it carries. And the warlords so far have been lackluster. It, I think I killed Dokebi probably on the first day of release. So hopefully this is a little more challenging. Hopefully this gives us a little more of something tangible, something to like chew on instead of something that's just thrown in there because of the hell of it. There are new battle pass weapons as well as two in season ones. One is the BP-50, which is supposed to be very similar to the F2000 if you remember that. F2000 wasn't really good, so I hope that they did something with the BP-50 to improve the stats. If the recoil is uncontrollable or something, I hope it at least does a lot of damage. I'll be looking forward to trying that out. Got the Ram 9, which, seeing as the Ram 7 is amazing, I can only assume that that's also going to be great. We got the SDA Subverter, which looks like a real life ARX. So my prediction for this is that it's going to be slow firing, but pretty stable and hard hitting. It might be a battle rifle, if I had to guess. Could be an assault rifle. And there's obviously new melee weapon, which I'm sure everybody has been looking at since you've clicked on this video, which is the Soul Reaver. That's also, both of these are in season, so probably about halfway through. And we have ladies and gentlemen, an underbarrel chainsaw. Apparently, that is very much what that looks like. When I jump in game, I will definitely let you know. Then we have some new operators, including some more Dune people, The Walking Dead. There's a Walking Dead event, Fear the Living, which is a play on the spinoff for The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead. We have a ninja vest, which I will get back to you on. Hopefully, that increases movement speed. That would be very key. We have a black cell operator, John Doe, which looks kind of cool. I don't know if it's worth $30, but it looks pretty cool. And John Doe, of course, being somebody whose identity is completely unknown. Horde Hunt event. And I assume that has something to do with killing zombies. That's all I can get out of that. Year of the Dragon, we're probably going to be given some pretty cool cosmetics out of that if I had to guess. A lot of Chinese New Year stuff is like red and gold or some combination of the sort, like red with like gold inlay or vice versa. It normally looks pretty cool in most games, so I'm really looking forward to see what sort of cosmetics we get from Year of the Dragon event. Cryptid Boot Camp. That sounds like something I'm probably going to play twice and never again. I assume it's going to be sort of zombie-like mode where you enter a game and then you have to go hunt like these cryptid bosses. Which is better than nothing, but if they're going to do that, maybe they could have put the effort into the actual zombies gameplay that they have, the game mode rather. And then in season, Vortex Decay's Realm, which does just look like a map, but hopefully they do something with it that leads to it being visually entertaining, right? Like, you can have definitely an apartment building, whatever, 3 floors, kind of boring. Or you can have it crumbling, you can have it like being taken over by like the nests that they have in Modern Warfare Z, where it's like zombifying the building itself. It's in season, so this is only speculation, of course, but there's a lot they could do with a map like this. And hopefully they do it justice. And into the patch notes. Season 2 is packed with events allowing players to earn limited time cosmetic loot. Every week, hunt down new featured zombie types. I'm not sure. That looks like it's probably going to be in like in Warzone, in a Warzone type map. Year of the Dragon, end season. Start the Lunar New Year off with a bang with this field rep event. Cryptid Boot Camp in season. Fact or fiction? Prove your monstrous might. So maybe you play as the cryptids instead. Maybe it's like a 6v6 or something where you're playing as the cryptids. Like you get to play as like Godzilla or like Mothma or something like that. Like that'd be cool. Fear the Walking Dead. That's self-explanatory. Most likely going to be killing zombies, I assume. Maybe it'll be an infection type thing where one team is zombies, the other team is like the actual like characters from The Walking Dead. Vortex Decay's Realm. The Vortex is back and seeping with Decay's blighted touch. Don't remember what the Vortex is. I don't even know if I've experienced that. Back from when? Is that like a Modern Warfare 2019 thing? Something I forgot in the very forgettable Modern Warfare 2022? I don't know. But it does sound like that's definitely going to have something going on with like almost like the nests or the aether hives or whatever with decay. And then there's Dune Rule of Fate in season event. I've never watched Dune. Probably never will. I don't understand the hype about it, but I guess it's making them money, otherwise they wouldn't be doing it. For PC updates, they added the ability. Essentially, from what I understand, it's like HDMI but better. HDR10. It seems to be a setting that just makes the game look better for HDMI. This is Fortune's Keep, of course. Most of you know that. Huh. I didn't know that was a winery. Today I'm actually learning that Fortune's Keep is not Albagra. Huh. I didn't know that. So I actually will jump into that and explore. We're learning a lot today. Extendable bridges, which I said I was interested to see. 3 extendable bridges over gaps in the fallen roadways are now present. And it looks like it's a button press, maybe a hold. If it's a hold, that makes it a little dangerous to use, and then it extends or retracts them. Okay, so it looks like you can maybe shoot them? The controls react to more than melee interaction in case you're wanting to activate the bridge at range. I'm going to skim through this. They do have new POIs, essentially. Keep, rear dock and caves, terraces. There's a graveyard, which I feel like probably going to be a hot drop with all the gothies. We love gothies. Town upper, town lower, which I believe they divided with a fault line, or a fissure, a crack. Overlook, colony outpost, pier, lighthouse, winery east. Is there a winery west? Oh no, it's just in the east part of the map. The gatehouse center, which is right by ground zero, it looks like, maybe. And then ground zero. I guess we could actually look at the map. Gatehouse, yeah, gatehouse, ground zero. It says that there was something that was there in the previous iteration of Fortune's Keep where Coney, I guess, just decided to set off a massive explosion for some reason. Very interesting. Oh, and it says there's a laboratory down there. That's interesting. I'm definitely excited to jump in and explore that. This is Warzone ranked play. It's kind of similar to just what it used to be, except there's oh, I got a text. Except there is a penalty. There's a death penalty, I think, after you hit silver. These are all of the divisions. Here are some of the ways to get SR. It's very, very interesting that the fewer squads that remain, the more SR you get per kill or assist. And then placement SR. It says we'll see this SR added. So I'm not sure if it should be in like a corner up here, if I recall correctly, unless they changed that. There are going to be challenges, which I believe are new. They're going to give you additional SR. They're one time. And then this, the death fees. Death fees are a new addition to the SR system to ensure that every combat scenario feels high stakes and that each life has meaning in Warzone ranked play. Specifically in Resurgence, it says. Death fees begin at Silver 1, increasing in negative SR with each division and apply to every death. So I assume that's also like in the Gulag. So you could be losing a fair amount of SR depending on how often you die and if you pick up like Gulag tokens and stuff. Death fees do not scale with SR above 10,000. Which, hey, if you got over 10,000 SR, hit me up. I'm definitely down to play something with you. I got that YouTuber luck, trust me. Hashtag blessed. Deployment fees that return. Here's this breaking down at the beginning of every match. You lose this much, you have to make at least this much back plus the death fees in order to have a net gain. So if you're silver, pardon me, if you're silver 1, which let's be honest, most of us will be, and you, let's say you die 3 times, you die once, you die in the gulag, teammate buys you back, worst case scenario, and then you get clapped again flying in or something, and then your team loses. That's 2 SR per death, so 3 deaths, 6 SR, and then the deployment fee of 10 SR. So that's minus 16 SR. And of course, you balance that by getting however many. Top 12 will automatically cover all of that, even if you don't have any kills. But it looks like even if your teammates get kills, even if you don't get an assist, which is kind of weird, I don't know how I like that. Even if your teammates get kills and you don't get any assists on it, then you still gain SR. So as long as you have 1 gunner in your squad, you should be okay. I guess. I don't think I like that a whole lot. Deployment fee increases at every 300 SR above 10,000 SR. This just breaks down what I just explained about losing SR, net gain, net losses. Pardon me. At the end of each season, your ending skill division and skill division tier will determine where you start the following season. Bronze through Crimson 1 players are set back 3 tiers below where they finished the previous season. Okay, so it's 3 tiers. It's not like one whole like color or grouping, if you will. It's just 3 tiers. That's not bad. Players Crimson 2 and above will start Season 2 in Diamond 1. And that's the highest that you can start. This is 250. Number 1 ranked player, ranked Resurgence player, pardon me, will receive a unique one-of-a-kind calling card and emblem at the end of each season. That still stays the same. Rank separate from the player's SR and skill division is rank. Each rank persists across seasons to celebrate the player's journey across their ranked play career. All players start at rank 1 and progress to rank 50. So this... Interesting. Okay. Players increase their rank by earning stars. Each match has the ability to award 3 stars depending on match placement. Earn enough stars to reach the next rank. We don't get a breakdown for how many stars it is to rank up. But it looks like the lowest that you can get a rank placement in is top 8, which I think is like a little over half. It's like slightly, it's like the top 46% or something like that, since I think there are 17 squads. So, especially early on, if you see somebody that's like a significantly higher rank than you, yeah, that's something to be worried about. There are the rewards on screen. They look pretty typical. Yeah, if you played ranked ever in like literally any game, you've seen stuff like this. Season 2 rewards for limited, they're exclusive limited time rewards. Weapon decal, pro issue striker SMG blueprint to finish top 5 25 times. Finished first, you get the popped off weapon charm. End of season rewards. Emblems, animated emblems, weapon decal. Huh. Oh, okay. Okay. Here at this. This is what I was looking for, the operator skins. New in Modern Warfare 3, ranked play Resurgence competitors can also learn Skill Division operator skin set for use with both 2024 CDL male and female operators on both factions. Regardless of where you play Modern Warfare 3, ranked Resurgence play. Resurgence ranked. Wow, I'm having a hard time with this. Should I leave that in? Or ranked Resurgence ranked play. Jesus Christ. That's over. Show off your highest attained division above gold. So I guess there's no skin for bronze or silver. Or gold, from what that looks like. Once the skins from one skill division have been unlocked, they can be permanently used in the following seasons in Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone. Oh, gold through iridescent. Okay, so it's gold inclusive. Earn the applicable gold competitor, platinum, diamond, crimson, or iridescent competitor operator skin sets based on your highest skill division over the course of the season. Top 250, unlock the top 250 competitor skin set. That's all extremely self-explanatory. Something to note is that I guess it's you have to finish in the top 250. So if you like hit it once, then that doesn't like it's not set in stone for you. Like you have to maintain that. Rejoin allows people to reconnect to the match if they disconnect within 4 minutes unintentionally. Players must have at least one squad member remaining. There must be at least 3 squads remaining in the match. Players can only rejoin the same match once, and to protect against abuse, players can have their ability to rejoin temporarily limited if they repeatedly disconnect from matches, which is I think that's fair. Callouts. When a player disconnects, their operator will remain in the match and can be eliminated as if they were playing. Players who do not rejoin during the allotted time will have their operator fully disconnected. What does that have to do with callouts? Okay. When a disconnected player is eliminated, their resurgence timer will count down as expected, but they will only be deployed once reconnected. Players that have been eliminated for over 3 minutes intentionally disconnect via leave match will not be presented with the option to rejoin. Obviously. Players that disconnect while operating a vehicle will be ejected from the driver's seat. That'd be kind of funny if they weren't. They're just vibing in like the pickup truck or something, disconnected. None of this is really changed. SR forgiveness is good. If a match made teammate, not somebody that you're queuing with, disconnects during a game and does not rejoin, you won't lose any SR for the match. Still be able to gain SR if you gain more than your deployment fee. However, SR forgiveness does not apply if a party member leaves the chat early, so that's very important to keep in mind. Every time you're promoted, you will gain 3 games of demotion protection. And those games count whether you would win or lose. It's just 3 games. This is just about party balancing. You can pause and read this if you'd like. I don't think it's going to be super relevant. It can be, but it's basically being like, oh well, diamond can't queue with bronze, iridescent can't queue with platinum, crimson can't queue with yeah, like crimson can't queue with bronze just for easy matches to prevent boosting. We know what hot streaks are. That's not that important. Doesn't really do anything. It's just aesthetic, I guess. Let your team know that you've been winning. Social profile. Your rank and division will be added to your social profile. Okay. This is just the rotation for the first week, second week, and I guess that's it. Okay. General audio improvements. Season 2 will see continued effort in improving threat based in game audio with notable improvements, including ascenders, audible distance, and volume increased. So when somebody's using a zip line to get up to you, there's no excuse for you to hear it now, allegedly, unless they completely broke it with this update trying to fix it, which happens. Parachute, audible distance and volume increase, remove environmental sounds that can be misconstrued as parachutes, which I could not even begin to tell you what you can misconstrue as a parachute. If it's labeled here in the bug fixes, if it's listed here, it must have happened, but after hundreds of hours on this game, I'm sure I could not even begin to tell you what might sound like a parachute. Like, you'd have to be drunk or something to think that like glass breaking or a cash register opening or even just like normal sounds sound like parachutes. I've never heard of anything that sounds like a parachute opening except for a parachute opening. Anyways, reduced enemy parachute occlusion while firing a weapon. So, to my understanding, the parachute will remain visible even when you're shooting a gun at them. Not a problem I think I've had, but other people must have. Enemy redeploy drone. Players will now hear the intended voiceover when enemies are landing in their vicinity after using a redeploy drone. Which I can only assume is enemies flying in or enemies landing in. I don't know. Guess we'll find out. New features for gameplay. Rogue Signal, new public event. A match-wide public event that pits players against one another for 90 seconds to be the best at a specified task. To gather the most money, get the most kills, deal the most damage, or open the most loot chests. The top three teams are rewarded with cash, XP, and the location of a special reward cache that holds a powerful wonder weapon. That sounds like fun. That sounds like a lot of fun, honestly. That sounds like a great addition. Resurgence and all maps. Or maybe it's all maps for Resurgence. That makes more sense. Squad wipe streak. Added new skull and sickles icon next to remaining teams, players, your kills, and players watching you. What? Okay, that's just the UI that's up here, I believe. Like up in the corner normally when you're playing Warzone, it will have information regarding all of those things. Teams, players, remaining kills, and players watching you. It just adds a new icon, I guess. This represents the number of squad wipes you achieve back to back within 90-second windows. And it probably resets if you don't get a squad wipe within 90 seconds, so good luck. This stat is tracked per match and is added to your main stats along with your personal best. A white flare shoots up from the last enemy player to be slain after each streak. Visible for around 10 seconds, this enables rival squad to spot your aggression if they're observant. So that's just to, I guess, move the match along faster since it's a way to essentially expose you. But it's disabled in ranked play. Compete with other squads and claim in-game calling card and emblem rewards as you reach squad wipe milestones throughout this and future seasons. They really gotta stop pushing calling cards and emblems so hard. I'm sure there are some people that care about it, but out of everybody that I know that plays Call of Duty, nobody cares. We care about skins, operator skins, and gun skins. And even to some extent charms. But I can't. Maybe there's a description with the calling card or the emblem. I can't tell you the last time I've gotten killed by somebody. I'm like, oh my god, they have the 50 squad wipe calling card. I'm never gonna know what that looks like. Even if I unlock it myself, I'm still not gonna memorize what that looks like. I'm never gonna be impressed by it. It might look cool, but I'm never gonna like care enough to memorize what that looks like. But if I see somebody with like the ranked season 1 like iridescent skin on, like I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm getting my cheeks clapped. And then I know to suck it in and just wait for it to happen. Resurgence specifically for Fortune's Keep eradication contract. Investigate any corpse you find following tracks to a zombie nest of localized zombie activity. They're infecting the island. Destroy the cysts, kind of like the hives, I guess, and any zombie HVTs before the contract completes. I assume it's on a timer. The exact type of HVT may change depending on time and other factors. We're getting power-ups in there. Looting spree looks new. Adds bonus item to caches with a very high chance of a bonus common item, a small but significant chance of an additional legendary item. Zarkor looks new. 60-second duration increases movement speed by around 10%, with infinite tactical sprint and reload while sprinting. Disables fall damage. That sounds pretty cool. I would love to have that permanently, like as a perk or something for probably a lot of money. Undead Sight. 45-second duration. Operators or AI enemies within the range of your vision are highlighted red and friendly squad mates are blue. Tracker footsteps are active. That sounds like that might be OP. Hopefully you can't like control when you get it. Health regen delay, all modes, all maps. The speed at which you begin to heal has been decreased to 6 seconds, down from 7, which is great. And health regen per second has increased by 10. So it should take you 4 seconds to regen from full health after that initial 6 seconds is hit. So if you disengage for 10 seconds, you should be at full health, theoretically. Ground loot weapon builds have been updated. That's good. Newer weapons have been added. Also good. Existing weapons have received improved builds. That's great because I don't know who the fuck is building some of these ground loot weapons that are just absolutely terrible. You ever pick up a ground loot weapon, look at it, and it's like, yeah, I'd rather have the pistol. That happens all the fucking time to me. Remove several Modern Warfare 2 weapons and those that came defaulted to burst fire. I don't know if that includes the Modern Warfare 2 weapons exclusively, or if that includes like the DG56. I don't know. I'm pretty glad that there are fewer burst weapons, or maybe none at all. Danger zone tac map notification. An icon has been added to attack map to show the danger zone of an incoming precision airstrike. That's useful. Does that appear on my mini map? Or just my attack map? I don't know. Great, doesn't say. Banner radius for the PA. Really? Okay, I guess that's just to prevent like secret like precision airstrikes that people run into. That's just you get the notification further away. You can now see UAVs on the mini map. Auto equip for durable masks. Regular masks will be discarded, dropped, whatever, if you equip a durable, if you pick it up. And it will automatically equip over a regular gas mask if you pick it up, if you pick up a durable. The location of the ping icon for the redeploy drone has been moved to the bottom of the ascender to improve navigation. That's great. And the ascenders are also louder now. Don't forget. Death location. Your death skull remains visible until you land, and it will stay for an extra 10 seconds if you landed near the icon. Lootable grenades now float higher off the ground. If you use a kill streak and you don't have a matching kill streak, it auto equips the next stowed kill streak that you have. So, for example, if you have a PA and you use that, it will automatically equip the mortar strike. Infill flight path still lingers. Stowed perk. You can stow equipped perk packages. Not sure. And one of the things that I'm actually pretty excited for are the live ping fades. When you're ADSing, the live ping for an enemy will actually fade instead of being on your screen and blocking your sight of everything. I don't know if I went over this. Don't remember. There's a new war mode map for Operation Tin Man, and that's probably going to be the first thing that I check out. That sounds like a hell of a lot of fun. Buy station shuffle. They essentially move each match, it sounds like. Same number. Gulag loadouts updated. Item drops. You get fewer suppression mines, fewer portable radars. Champions Quest progression will reset. Or has reset since I'm reading the patch notes. Why is chopper health increased by 10%? Diffuse time decreased to 10, down from 15. The order of elements has changed to beryllium, tritium, and plutonium. Okay, I assume that just makes it a little harder. Gulag token has been removed from Resurgence loot tables. The fog will only be present in 8% of the games. It was previously 24. That is a 66% cut for the fog. And thank God, trying to play Vondel was a fucking headache. That was a nightmare. Loot density has decreased in the more dense POIs in Bondo. Valid. We're going to be going over weapon updates. And it just says there are a lot of core attribute changes. ADS idle sway. Idle sway is active now. I guess it wasn't before. And so you don't essentially just hard scope everything. It initially initiates shortly after instead of immediately ADSing. Varies by weapon, except for snipers. After the initial delay, ADS idle sway now gradually decreases over a 3-second period before reaching peak speed, rather than beginning at full speed. Okay. Hipfire crosshair sway. So now your crosshair is going to more accurately represent where your bullets are going to go when you're hip firing, essentially. That's interesting. I think that's good. Weapon bullet trajectory is now truly aligned with the hip fire crosshair and thus the center of the player's screen. That's good. BP-50 new weapon assault rifle, a modular bullpup chambered in 5.56. Tear down the competition with a high rate of fire and exceptional accuracy for dominating at mid to long ranges. That's interesting. Ram 9 SMG, more maneuverable and agile than its assault rifle counterpart. This bullpup SMG chambered in 9mm is lethal at close range, if I could speak. This is probably going to be OP, honestly. SOA. SOA? That was SDA. Does this one say SDA? Oh, it says SOA. If I said SDA earlier, I'm sorry. SOA, chambered in 7.62, this hard-hitting rifle dominates at mid to longer ranges thanks to a low rate of fire and predictable recoil. That is literally what I said. I did not read this beforehand, before making this video. I did absolutely zero research. But it looks like an ARX, and apparently it is. Based on what it's chambered in, it's hard-hitting, and it has a low rate of fire that introduces low recoil. There's a sword. That's pretty self-explanatory. It's a sword. Jack Tyrant 7.62 kit for the longbow. Caliber conversion kit swaps out the receiver and magazine to accommodate 7.62 blackout ammo for a harder hitting subsonic weapon. Harder hitting, really? It's already like, I guess in multiplayer, it's a one shot. Jack Limb Ripper, which is the underbarrel chainsaw. Unrivaled at creating close quarters carnage, this underbarrel chainsaw makes quick and messy work of anybody foolish enough to stand in your way. That's interesting. I wonder if these go in order. These are all from weekly challenges. I don't know. It might be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Might be like that. I don't know. Jack Maglift kit for the Haymaker. New binary trigger, which means that it shoots when it's pulled and when it's released. So it should. With a drum mag and 410. It essentially should make it really good. Basically, that should make it really good. It should make it shoot a lot faster, theoretically twice as fast, and it has a drum, so no complaints there. Jack Glassless Optic. This glassless reflex optic standard offers a projected dot and state-of-the-art stabilization technology that reduces visual recoil while firing. That's going to be OP. 227 kit, Outlaw 227 kit for Bass B. What? This conversion kit transforms the Bass B into a lever action rifle, slowing fire rate but vastly improving accuracy for deadlier precision. Brother, what? What do you mean? What does that mean? Why are you turning it into a lever action? That's crazy. Jack Burnout Kit for the Holger 226 gives the Holger 226 an adverse fire mode that provides a dramatically increased fire rate but will overheat and expand the barrel, introducing increased recoil over time. This is one of those things that when you look back and you're like, yeah, this could not have possibly been introduced. The technology to introduce increased recoil over time probably did not exist very well, at least graphically. Probably did not exist in like the original Modern Warfare 3. Could, but I don't think so. Otherwise, they might have done it. It's also a different time then, where we didn't get live updates like this. Jack Backsaw Kit for the Holger 556, which gives it a drum mag, side-by-side double barrel, allowing for the weapon to fire 2 bullets at once. I hope that's a lot better than what they did with the AMR. Weapon adjustments reduce recoil in all weapons and tac stands, increase movement speed while ADSing for assault rifles, battle rifles, marksman rifles, LMGs, and sniper rifles, with the latter in receiving increased buffs or additional buffs while crouched and while strafing. Oh, the Ram got nerfed. The Ram 7 got nerfed. I don't think that maybe that does translate to an extra bullet, but for mid range damage. I don't know. MCW receipt, that's a nerf, and increased ADS time, so at ADS is slower. Sprint to fire is slower. Holger 556 ADS nerf. Never seen anybody use the TR-76 Geist. Apparently they thought it was good enough to nerf it. Bass B got a major nerf here. Wow. Holy shit. Sprint to fire, ADS speed, and hip fire spread all got nerfed. MTZ762 semi-auto damage override has been removed. Did more damage if you put it into semi? That's interesting. Sidewinder, bullet velocity is great. Decreased recoil and gun kick significantly. Oh, okay, I see you. Jack Thunder LMG kit, which increased delay before accelerated fire begins to decay. So it shoots faster for longer, maybe? I didn't know that the accelerated of fire decayed. Decreased accelerated fire decay and increased gun kick control and recoil control by 35%. So that's a huge nerf. Or I'm sorry, a huge buff. All this is huge. Sidewinder might not be terrible, honestly. HRM 9, max damage range reduced. That's fair. That was kind of broken anyways. Wasp 9 now has a longer range than HRM. Near mid damage range increased. Decreased ADS speed. This is for the Wasp 9 specifically. Broodmother 45 kit. Decreased ADS time and decreased movement speed penalties by 50%. That might be good too. Lockwood 680 got nerfed. Sprint to fire time penalty. Absolutely destroying it. Haymaker. Dragon's Breath got nerfed. Kind of bad. I don't know if that's gonna be okay, but the new aftermarket part's probably gonna make up for that. Riveter got reduced. Not that the Riveter was good to begin with. Bryson 890 also nerfed. Jesus, are shotguns this prominent? Where's the Riot Shield nerf? Like, honestly, where is the Riot Shield nerf? KV Broadside also nerfed. But that's not like the range or anything. That's just like movement based. Lockwood 300, which again I've seen absolutely nobody use. Nerfed. All these are nerfed. Shotguns less viable now. LMGs. I don't know if those are nerfs for the bullpup kit. Minimum damage was nerfed. Near mid damage set to 32. Which seems okay. It seems balanced for once. And then 31 meters to hit that. Okay. Oh, the Tac Evolver. Max damage increased. That's a huge buff. That's up 8 damage. But the max damage range is reduced. Okay. So it looks like they want you to be kind of closer. In order to hit that 34, the closer the better. Which doesn't make sense. None of this makes sense. Guns don't like do less damage in real life just because you're like further away. But okay. Attack Eradicator buff. No, that's a nerf. Sorry. That's a nerf. That's a buff for the Icarus. They buffed the Ral, but it's probably still unusable. RPK got an ADS buff. KVD got nerfed. MTZ nerf for fire, sprint to fire, ADS, and decreased neck weld. Damn, that's a blow. I don't know how much that's gonna help because getting hit in the neck probably doesn't happen that often, but that seems like a step in the right direction. They buffed the MCW 6.8 with hip fire, ADS. But they nerfed the bullet velocity, if I'm reading this right. Which is okay, sure. LMS reduced idle sway and kind of a buff. Ooh, oh, crossbow. Nobody cares about the crossbow, right? Nobody uses that. That's a crazy nerf, and that's barely a buff. Oh, the XRK now one shot down to the head within its max damage range, which is 50 meters. Oh, that's good. Longbow nerf. ADS nerf. No, ADS buff actually. Near mid damage range reduced to 62.3 meters for the Signal 50, which not great, I guess. Probably isn't going to matter. Same with SPX. Move for the Jack Carbine kit. For the Renetti, reduced movement speed, penalties. That's good. Wasp Stinger. Increased max damage. That looks alright. GS, the 50 GS. Max damage increased up to 78. It does that much damage? What the frick? Basilisk got a buff. Decreased melee lunge distance across the board. Thank God. And then wow. The muzzle, the actual attachment got nerfed. That's crazy. The Jack BFB muzzle. Everything got nerfed. Absolutely everything got nerfed. That's terrible. Holy crap. Could have just let us have one good muzzle. Seriously. Perk adjustments. Irradiate reduces gas damage. That's huge. You can play in the gas. That's also huge. You're gonna want to run irradiated. Flex perk. Revised audio levels while equipped. Okay. Battle Hardened will now show the resist icon for the kill streak owner when a player resists the Guardian. That's such a niche problem to have. Quick Fix apparently wasn't working properly, and they fixed that. That's a small indirect buff. Smoke Grenade has a randomized offset, so you can't immediately aim directly into the smoke and kill the down player. Claymores, it says it's a bug, but they seem that looks pretty good to me. C4 velocity throw, that's good. Type of throw, what are the types of throws? Whatever. Breacher drone nerf, frag buff. Wow, that's huge. Very high damage crossbar worth 3 in Warzone. This creative automatic engagements temporarily fixed. Okay, temporarily fixed here. Temporarily fixed in Season 1 means that they nerfed it to shit. And now they buffed it back up. Gas mask and durable gas mask nerfed. Okay, that makes sense. They don't want people camping in the gas. Fix several geography issues through Urzikstan. I wonder if this is where that one, like, hidden cache spawns that, like, you just can't get to. I wonder if they fixed that. I wonder if that's what that is. A fourth melee hits instantly down a second target. That's interesting. I'd be mad if that happened to me. You can pause if you want to read all of the bug fixes. I'm not going to go through all of them. I am just about done. Yep, that's the end of it. So this is an hour long. I'm probably not going to cut it. I'm just going to leave it as is. Maybe I'll throw up markers. And the next video I have is going to be of gameplay. That's going to be coming out a little later because I'm not going to be uploading it without editing it. So this is just for the people that are interested who might not have time or might not be willing to go over the patch notes themselves. Well, this is for them. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.